Hello, everyone. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get right into working on the MegaSwitch HD again. So I'm gonna just go over to the bench. And now I gotta turn on my chat. Turning on the chat. Hopefully we won't have any bench cam related snafus like we did last week. Okay. Yes, live, pause. Pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oops, I forgot to look at my clear. Here it is, clear heat shrink. I've had this heat shrink since the time when I was into FPV drones. So I have all this clear heat shrink, and the reason I want to use this, we're going to use this later in a little bit actually. There is a little bitty thingy. Yeah, my bench is an absolute mess because it's literally just been like this since Wednesday. I don't know. Shoot. Well, sooner or later we're going to need that piece. Oh, here it is. Derp, it's right in front of me. Anybody? Wow. Okay. Actually, I hope this is small enough. It may be too big, but we'll try it anyways. Normally this heat shrink, like normal heat shrink tubing, will shrink half its size. So I don't know. We'll have to see. All right. I'm just gonna dive into just one more second, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna dive into doing more wiring. So last time we started doing wires on the board. We removed the clock crystal, removed the extension port, we removed the RF shielding, we removed a bunch of components on the top here. We folded some components down here, so let's just keep going on the bottom wiring. Our goal is to try to install, well, obviously everything, but our immediate goal is to install board A. So we're working on that now. All right, so last thing that I wired was this. I hope that this is okay. It mentions to change this resistor size here to 4.7 kilo ohm, and we did that, but I only had these normal resistors, so I hope that's okay. Okay, what wire is next? Okay, so we have the wire from JP2 and JP4, which are the two traces that we cut here at the top of the board. So I'm trying to find that position on the bottom of the board. That would be here. Oops, sorry, you guys can't see. Here. All right, so let's add some fresh solder, and then I need to find the wire. There should have been more wire left over from the kit, right? Very interesting. What did I do with the rest of, oh, this? Well, here's a little tiny piece. I thought there was more than this. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I have more ribbon cable if we need it. So just keep going. Get my iron fired up. I have some new nippers. I can't wait to use these. These are like $25 nippers. These are Nipex brand side cutters. They're supposed to be very good, made in Germany. Yeah, so I'm excited to use these because I have these ones that are branded as quote unquote Hako on Amazon, I do not think that they're have anything to do with Hako. But they're okay for what they are, and they last a pretty decent time. But eventually the blade, you could see these blades are just absolutely demolished, which, I mean, that might not seem that severe, the pits here in the metal, but if you try to cut any small wires or anything, those small wires just go right through the pits, and basically it's like these don't even cut at all. So anyways, this will be good. Hello, OB1. Top of the line, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see about that if they last. So these are like my most used tool, so I really don't feel bad about spending a little bit of money on those. So other than my soldering iron, which I suppose that eventually should be the next thing that I purchase is a better soldering iron. Or at least one of quality that is like this 200-watt one I've got here. Okay, so where are we at here? We've got a solder wires here. Right here. And here. Okay. Where is my, okay. Yeah, I don't know about those ribbon cables. That is strange. They kind of just disintegrated. I see this red wire that we're going to use later. I have been doing a lot of things at my desk, though, so that is unfortunate. Hello, Jody. Okay, well, it looks like I'm just going to have to find some wire, ribbon wire. Luckily, I keep just sheer rolls of it, a large amount of it at all times for other things. All right, how long does this need to be? 10 centimeters. Okay, so we're being particular about the lengths of these wires. So I've got my little PCB way. They gave me this a while ago. It just has centimeters marked on it, so it was just the only thing I could think of. So let's get two wires, different color than what we have already. How's everything going? It's going. Hey, Belmont. Been off X for a while. Did you have better luck with the PS2 gem? Oh, hey, Joshua. I have not yet had good luck. However, I do have the new and hopefully production PS2 gem flex cables now. So I don't know if that means I'm going to have better luck, but I also have some lead-free solder. We can try that. I've had people tell me that I should be using way less heat, absurdly less heat, I think, in my opinion. But obviously flex cables are delicate. Like we're talking like 200 to 250 degrees Celsius instead of the 350 that I normally use. So I don't know. We're gonna see how that goes. That will be the next big project because I know a lot of people want to see that. It's still weird calling Twitter X. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that one's a mess. Super excited to see this rolling. Yeah, I'm trying real hard. I'm getting into, I'm trying to do it high gear to get into this. Yeah, I don't think it's difficult, really. Snoop Cat, I like your name. Yeah, I don't think it's difficult per se. It's just more involved. It's probably like a more involved. I wouldn't say it's even as involved as like the NES RGB, but it is still because you don't have to like desolder a whole chip, but you do have to desolder the RF module. So some people may consider that difficult. And the extension port. Yep. Well, I'm glad that might do Wii HDMI this week, and hopefully it works. Yeah, I have actually 2 different HDMI mods for the Wii I could do also eventually. I'm really glad that the instructions are detailed because, yeah, it's cool that I'm not used to, well, you know, I guess it really depends on what the project was, but I am sort of used to projects that have little to no instruction, I suppose. Well, maybe I'm just salty about Ashita, which has pretty much none. Well, it has some now. It doesn't have none, to be fair. It does have, like, basically I would say the entire built community is dedicated to helping people build handheld Wiis. So, like, I can't really say that there's no documents related to it, but I'm not used to the, I don't know. Just it could use a little. It could use a little help, but we got there. Playing and beating all the Castlevania games this month. Oh, this week's seltzer brought to you. Oh, again, it's a Big Y seltzer. I started playing Pokemon Blue. Actually, no, not Blue. What was it? Leaf Green, the remake, the Game Boy Advance remake. It has been a very long time since I have played a Pokemon game because I don't know. I guess I kind of find them boring nowadays. But I started playing Blue, like OG Blue. But then I guess I realized that I could just play Leaf Green instead, which is the Game Boy Advance version. So I don't know. And it's like, I remember how much, or the reason I don't like it is because it's very grindy. It's like, okay, now I gotta sit and do nothing but level up my Pokemon instead of commit to any story. Okay, next. Okay, it looks like we are now officially ready. Oh, you know what? Is this backwards? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. How is this supposed to go on? Oh, wait, I think I have it right. Why is this... Wait, this is correct? Okay. Wait, never mind. Okay, that's fine. Yep, lots of steps. All right, now it is officially time. So here's what I would like to do. It's time to install the board A, which goes up here like so. Let me see if I can try to capture for whatever reason, the pins, I think this is the underside of the CPU, like this line of pins is the CPU. And the pins are kind of long, like they stick out kind of far from the board. So this board A is castellated, which means that it has these like exposed vias on the edge. And our job is in a few minutes is going to be to solder to it. But I'm not super happy how flat to the board this is not. At least on this edge, you can sort of see how there are pins underneath from the components here under the tape that we did. Like this is fine. This is just an SMD component. Like it's not really a lot I can do about this. But I can cut these more flush with our super nips. Oh yeah. Feel the power of the Nip-X. You know, you have a sweet tool when it's like super embossed on the side. And just these other little components that are also in the way, just the legs of these components, I mean, just to make them a little bit more. Let's do another dry fit. I don't know. I think it'll be fine once I start soldering to it. Actually, this pin needs to be moved over. This is the pin that I soldered the resistor to. But it's sort of like in the way now. Okay, I think I actually fixed it. All right, let's try this. Another dry fit. I do not think that there's any other steps. Oh boy, look at the pins here. What is happening up here? These pins at the top of the board here are like mangled. I guess I don't need them to be perfectly straight. Are there any other ones like that? Nope, I don't see them. I hope that this captain tape being so close here is not a problem. It shouldn't be, but All right, let's try it again. I want to double check that there's nothing on the bottom of this board, right? That's what would stop me from. Well, there's a bunch of capacitors. That's kind of cool, actually. I don't know why my camera's not. Okay. All right, let's do it again. Oh, maybe we gotta remove this blue thing here. Where's my tweezers? Tweezers. Hello, tweezers. Oh, here they are. Oh, somebody dinged me on who dinged me where? Oh, I got an at everyone. Boo! Okay, sorry. Yoink. Oh, look at that. It sits like super flat. Not super flat, but it sits better than it did. Okay, I guess we just let it rip. So let's solder one of these first. We can always straighten it out afterward. I guess I'll start at this end. Pin 33. Whoa! Okay, now just make sure I line up everywhere. Well, the sort of difficult thing is some of these pins are still bent. That should be addressed before we solder. Okay, I think that's fine. I think it'll be fine. This would be a hell of a way to do the NES RGB, huh? Like instead of desoldering it, maybe like cut traces around it and solder a board to the underside of it. That'd be an interesting method. It might be easier for some people. You know, comfortable with cutting traces, but not comfortable with desoldering the entire PPU. All right, I'll do one end. So that's one end of both sides, and I'm going to do the other end of both sides. Right. The other. Okay, now I think we just shimmy. Okay, so I ordered a bunch of things, I guess. If you were here last week, you knew that I ran out of solder braid. This is like my last little stupid piece that I have to make use of if I need to. And I'm almost out of solder, so I ordered a whole new roll of this Kestra solder. I really like this 6337 Kestra solder, 0.5 millimeter. Works well. So I have another roll of that. I don't think I'll finish or run out tonight, but one of these days I'll be running out, and then I'm gonna need it. So. And then you remember how expensive a roll of solder is in your face palm. Okay, now we just do all of it, I guess. There's sections in the top side. I guess there's probably a strategy. And you know what? I'm on. I want to turn my soldering iron up to the next 350. Sounds right. Pokemon has you grinding like a Souls game. Nah, I don't know about that. So, actually, the interesting thing is I've been playing that Pokemon on a Miu Mini emulator, and it has a built-in like fast forward feature, which is amazing for Pokemon games. Like if you're trying to grind and you really don't care about missing things, or like you just want to get through it, or like you have to run back to the Pokemon Center to heal or something, you can just pop it in fast forward, and it's like, hey, it just makes those games more usable. So. I am waiting patiently for my Analog Pocket. Does anyone know if Analog Pocket has fast forward? It probably doesn't, but that would be sweet. Otherwise, I might actually just stay with using the Miu Mini to play Pokemon, because it's such a good, such a valuable thing. Wow, this really takes a long time. All right. I have a feeling I'm just dumping. Am I just dumping solder into the cart slot? Yes. See the solder on the cart slot? So some of these are not really bridging well. Oh wait, so this is the cart slot? No, it's not. Oh, no, you can't really see it well, but it's the pins of the CPU. We can see on the like top side of that CPU edge. It's not really bridging this gap as much as I'd like it to. Oh no, don't burn my wire. I got the purple one, the atomic purple. Belmont. I don't know why. That's such a dumb thing to spend $50 on, but you know, I don't have another pocket. If I already had a pocket, I wouldn't even bother with it, but you know, I don't know. I don't know if it being more collectible means something for resale value in the future, but if pockets are ever a big commodity in the future, I suppose I'd rather have one that's not black. I don't know. Or white, I suppose, is the other color, huh? Man, I'm not even halfway done with this. It might be even easier when it's sticking face forward. You got the clear one. Ah. Yeah, I don't really, you know, it's it's not like I couldn't say this before, but I never really thought about it. Like, I don't know. There are definitely some things like Mr. and it's just some things are just better than modding original consoles. I mean, I know that's heresy, but I think eventually it'll get to the point where it's so like either software emulation or just FPGA stuff is so super good that maybe some people will definitely be more on the you shouldn't mod original consoles anymore for preservation's sake. Got one from the second batch, came out, and I haven't even opened it. Oh boy. Yeah. Huh. Well, I just kind of have a feeling that in the future it'll be, I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? You think people will be upset with other people for, I mean, people are now. I get comments sometimes and it's like, you shouldn't do that. Like, oh, well, that's tough. I bought it. And I don't enjoy ruining them. I don't think I ever ruin them. I only ever ruined a handful of consoles, like 2 Ataris when I first started, when I was bad at soldering, and then I ruined a PS3 by adding, for some reason, I don't know, I did something to it when I was cleaning it or cleaning the flux, cleaning the thermal paste, and then it nuked it. And then I have a PS2. I didn't kill it, but it just died. I don't really know how or why, but it gives weird artifacts in the video. Makes it pretty much unplayable. I didn't do that. It just developed that over time. I think that's my childhood console. I'm just trying to make sure that all of these have a decent solder thing. All right, that's 1/2. Maybe Mars. I want it on the go and the ability to dock and play too. Yeah, I feel like the thing holding back the dock thing is OpenFPGA doesn't support all the modes or something like that, right? If you dock it. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe Mars. Something, I don't know. I mean, we don't know enough about Mars for it to not be sort of just a cringe fest right now. I'm sure some people know, insider people know. Like, I think the way that CO is talking about it, it sounds like CO is either involved or he knows something. Because CO is always like, oh, they just announced the next person on Twitter, and he's just all about it. So he's probably investigated somehow or not involved somehow. PS2 might be bad RAM. Oh, yeah. I have a feeling it's probably just a simple thing. Like if I said, hey, here's my problem, and took a video of it, I'm sure somebody would be like, hey, fix this. And if that would be the case, then that would be amazing, because that would mean I could save that PS2. That's the reason I didn't get rid of it a while ago, is because I kind of figured it might be something simple. And if that's the case, then I would love to figure it out. This side only has a couple of, yeah, there's like 4 in a row here that don't need to be bridged, apparently. So this is kind of actually, now that I think about it, this is kind of the thing I was talking about with the PPU, because this entire chip is the CPU, I think, on the other side of here. So this mod is somewhat heavily reliant on PPU emulation to work, I think. It emulates some parts of the PPU to make it work, which I don't know the exact scope of what is required, but that is sort of similar to how, I don't think to as big of an extent, but the NES RGB also intercepts some, from what I've been told, it sort of intercepts some PPU signals and like does something with that to allow the RGB output. Yeah, he right. It does give me hope, because it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. For as much as I almost killed an NES. Oh yeah, I had to get an open Nintendo to save it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's so many things that happen behind closed doors nowadays, and not in a bad way. I mean, people are just working on projects, right? It's not like they're, oh, we're out to get so and so, or we don't want to be involved with whatever. Like, I do feel like there's a lot of people that are just working on things. So that's why we don't really see things happening, but because there's a lot of things that could happen. We have the Morph 4K we haven't really heard anything more about. We haven't heard anything about the Infinity Switch. Haven't heard anything about the Xbox or Wii Gem. So I don't necessarily know if I like the culture of don't discuss a project until a influencer can make a video about it. I mean, I guess I understand, but I don't know. As a fledgling influencer, it's like, it pisses me off kind of sometimes. It's like, I want to know stuff, I do know some stuff. I have known in the past some stuff. I mean, most of the stuff I know now already is out in the air, so I can talk about it. But or anything that I've done in the past, I could talk about, like Gem. But I no longer know things that the public can't know. And that felt nice for a little bit, knowing things that everybody else. But I suppose that's why they do it. But I mean, it's not fair. That's why I really like my modding news videos, because you kind of it's like self-inflicting hype. It's not I don't think it really is a bad thing. I suppose the only bad thing could be if somebody steals your idea, and I guess that is the reason that they don't like to blab until things actually release. So I guess I see both sides. But I do like the hype. Okay, what do we got? Some folks are glazing so they can get a free unit to review. I mean, yes, that's me. I'm sort of that, so I understand completely. However, I'm also interested in doing the comparisons. I actually wanted to make that video when I was still making videos. And okay, all right, let's move on to the next part. We got that soldered up. I hope, and I even reached out to Mike and I said I hope he's still considering me, even if I'm not going to be making a video about it. I may, I could be persuaded to make the video about it, but I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and spend my money, or... Oh. I don't know. I think Morph waiting for 4K to drop. Maybe. All right. Let's get into the instructions again. It's hot in my room. It's freaking October in Connecticut, and I'm hot in my room. That's nice. Okay, time to do this monstrosity. I use the same colors as Stanislav did in the guide, so I should be able to just do one-to-one matches wire colors up. So let's. So now I'm trying to solder the wires here onto this board here, onto the board A. All right. I guess I don't understand what glazing means. Could you define glazing? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know that something eventually will come along and replace Mister. I mean, I don't think anybody is not against that. I mean, not to throw any shade. I'm really not. I really enjoy Mister add-ons, right? I think that he comes up with some really clever products and things. And he's been able to, I mean, I don't have any information about his numbers or how much money he makes or anything, but he's been successful, I think, in making the Mr. add-ons stuff. So, you know, I just kind of feel bad in that situation because it's like, okay, well, something new comes out. Maybe it could be Mars add-ons or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. You know, the whole. I mean, to be honest, I would rather there not be a need for any add-ons for anything. The whole fact that we have a Mr. add-ons in the first place is sort of not a good, not a good thing. But you know, okay, this is kind of difficult. Let me do one of these. Okay. Uh-oh. Why did my camera just black out? Oh gosh. Don't do this to me now. Oh, come on. Okay. Hopefully it's back. Yeah, I mean, yes and no about options, because eventually it won't be the option. It'll be the better FP, whatever is the newer thing, you know? I mean, I suppose that Mr. is fine for most people, and in the future, if somebody's getting into FPGA gaming, used Mr. is going to be really good. I mean, unfortunately, the price is kind of inflated within the last little while, but other than that, they're still really decent, and we're still getting N64 cores and things, so. These vias are sort of, do you think Stellar 1.6 mod is easier to install than the older models? I'm just trying to think. I did a 1.0, and the 1.0 has a more difficult flex to install on the actual video encoder. However, with the 1.6, you have to do the LPC rebuild, which can be difficult. It seems not difficult. Like it physically, it's not difficult. Like the amount of pads that you have to solder, and like it doesn't seem like it would be daunting. However, if you don't make really good connections with the LPC pins, then you're kind of you're gonna frag your Xbox. So I think that that's probably actually the hardest part. Well, that's not true. The Flex is kind of difficult too, but I hope that makes sense. I think they're probably about equal in difficulty. I'm having a hard time getting these wires to be flat. Come on, thing. Just do the thing. Well, I sort of melted that wire, but that's all right. I'll just trim off the extra. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. If you have, I can't see people not wanting original hardware going away. Yeah, I think you're probably right, but I don't know. We'll have to see how the whole digital thing works out, like the HDMI input. Whoa, look, this is just perfectly the right length for this, so I better not mess it up. You know, like the HDMI input into these new systems. Because if that works well, then I don't know. I mean, possibilities are kind of endless. I'm not really sure what the future is going to hold. And not to say that like analog is going to go away. I don't think it really will, but you know, I don't know. Maybe we'll get into the place where like mods will just be crazy. I don't know. Like if there's a console, like I guess I'm thinking like the Genesis. If there's a console like the Genesis that is has noise or something, I could see mods like completely fixing a specific analog, like the analog side of a console. Does that make sense? So right now, a lot of the filtering happens on the console side, but you know, you could probably fix some things. No, sorry, on the RetroTink side, filtering. So you could probably fix some issues. Like people will discover exactly what's going on with X, Y, or Z. Like I'm thinking just like triple bypass level stuff. I mean, I think we kind of already have that. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. All right, I think that's fine. Yeah, going and doing easier console mods is a really nice. So definitely a good way to get soldering experience. And that's kind of what I did. I mean, that's definitely what I did. Although I dove right into. Okay, hold on. I'm just. JP4 is the gray one. So the gray one is the left one. Wait a minute. No. Yeah, the gray one is JP4, which for me is my red. So my red is on the left. I do not like working with this ribbon cable. I should have used silicone wire. Picking. Oh, my first console was the N64 Gem. Wow, your first mod was the Gem. That is crazy. No, I'm glad that you're getting into it, but 64 HD. Oh, okay, nice. All right, what did I say? I completely lost. I think what I said, my red one is going to be the right one here. Okay, so then I have to this. Right. Next, oh, now we do the power board wires. Hold on a minute. All right, so I don't know, man. Oh shit, I'm just dropping shit. Great. All right. I guess this is good. I don't really know how this is gonna sit flat here, but okay. This wire. So we need 9.5 inches. I'm guessing both. Okay, so this is this. These wires are gonna get soldered to this. I don't think we're out of the wire jungle yet. I think we have to do some for the clock as well. All right, so it looks like these have to be 9.5 centimeters, but the good thing is they do not look like those crappy ribbon wires, so. Huh? To board B. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so let's cut 2 9.5s, which is like here. There. Okay, let's do another one. What gauge is this? Unlabeled wire. Nice. Okay. Okay. Now, it's hard to tell which direction these go. I think they need to get soldered up. Like, they get tucked into this hole here. So these need to go like, oops. Here, I gotta tin this one better. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, like that. And then one on the other side. Oops, didn't put more flux on. Don't know how close any of these wires are going to be to the bottom shielding or anything. All right. All right, now we need to install our first flex cable. Ah, tape. It's the short one. And this is going on board B. Oh, I see. Wait, we got to do it on the other side first. So from here, it doesn't really say, oh, it does have blue side up. Okay, so oh boy, probably shouldn't do that. Okay. Oh, come on. Is that working? There we go. Come on, you stupid dingus. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that goes around to the other side. I hope this is lined up. Yeah, I think that's fine. Look at that, cutting it close, huh? This goes swoop. Wow, this is like perfect fit. I have to say that regardless of the output from this, the mod is really well designed as far as the layout of things. From my my unscientific opinion. Nice. Okay, sweet. All right, next. These kind of just go shoop. In there. Okay, so that's board A installed. Nice. Now what? All right, now it's time for our little voltage regulator thing. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Input, output. Okay, so output is going to these wires. Does it matter which one is which? So it says output plus and then output minus. So here, this wire says ground, and this is 3 volts. So I'm gonna guess that means that this goes, okay, so let's do ground first. So snake it through. I'm gonna solder, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. Let's solder the output. Okay, let's just wire everything from the bottom. That way we can actually see. Oh, come on. Are these not vias? Oh, they are. Actually, you know what? Maybe I have a better idea. If I take this, let me strip it, tin it first. other side. Okay, let's tin them. Okay. Okay, so let's try this again. So this left one is the ground of the output. So what I'd like to do is do this. Right? Like this, and then hey, look at that. And then we can cut it a little bit. I think that might actually help the... Oh, I can't remember my piece of heat shrink. Where is it? I'll have to come back. I'll come back to it in a second, but... Okay, so now our voltage side. So then I said that the right one here, that one is 3 volts? Let me just double check. Yeah, the right one from this orientation is the other side of that. Yeah, I guess so. And then this. Snip. Okay, so now that's 1/2. Now I need on the other end 6 centimeters. So one of these. Went to a Cabela's today. I've been there before, but my son had never been there before, so we had fun. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a Cabela's. I'm sure some of you have, but it's kind of fun. Ours has a big... I think every store has this similar display, but it's sort of regional. It has like a fake mountain right in the middle of the store, and they have these fake... Well, some of them are not fake. I think some of them are taxidermy animals. All sorts of animals. Polar bears and deer and moose and all these other crazy things. And it's a crazy store. Ridiculous store. Bass Pro Shops. I think it's the same company. Well, at least they sell a lot of Bass Pro Shop things in Cabela's. I don't know. All right, so this, for right now, the order doesn't really matter. I'm just going to shove both of these in and solder it, and then I'll put my heat shrink tubing on. But are the Bass Pro Shops the same? Like, are there giant, crazy stores with crazy things in the middle? Okay, so that's that. As far as I know, now I just got to solder the other ends of these. Oh, let's do the heat shrink before I forget. Got this. Got my little scissors somewhere. Scissors. Okay. I might have to just use normal heat shrink if this doesn't fit. I mean black heat shrink. Okay. Massive pond inside. Yeah, there's two. You can wait, huh? You can fish the pond inside. I know there's aquariums at the one we go to, but that's crazy. Okay, time for some air gun action. Turn it on. This is going to be 180C. Oh, the tip is coming off. How'd that happen? Oh, there we go. I don't think this is going to shrink anymore. But I think that this is fine. Man, I don't know. I don't think it's just going to slip over it, but it definitely is not tight. Well, I don't think I'm necessarily going to like put the whole console away, so maybe I can swap that out. That is crazy. Big fish. Yeah, this is a huge fish aquarium, but that's just crazy. Like, what is the point of that? I mean, it's awesome. Like, it's cool. I used to have some freshwater aquariums, and it's like it's difficult. It was too much of a pain. I'm not a good fish keeper. I would always, I don't know, not change the water as often as I needed to, and like I kind of got into it. Like, I knew a lot about it, but it's like it's a very involved hobby, even more than even more than retro was. So, all right, let's flip, and then these get soldered onto somewhere. What? Over here somewhere? This? Yeah, over by the regulator. Okay, well. This is gonna fit over there? Dang, it's cutting it close. Okay. All right, well, we need as much slack out of the other side as we can get, and then we can... How is this gonna work? What? What is our entry point here? This? But that's where the mod goes. I don't think this is enough length. Huh. Okay, well, maybe it just goes up on top of everything. Okay, so then it also just gets soldered just directly in parallel with this resistor or this capacitor here. So let's make it so you guys can see maybe a little bit. Okay, well. Now, how in the world am I going to get those perfectly cut wires? I need like at least 2 centimeters more. You know what? Let's do a dry fit of the mod. I just want to know where I have to go around. So the mod is going to be about here. Oh, I see. There's plenty of space over here. So if you go like this, I just need like 2 more centimeters on this side, on this end. Well, now what? All right, gotta cut it. That was annoying. All right, so those are 6 centimeters. I need one about 8 each. Hopefully I've got enough length left. I should. Okay, I'm gonna give about 8. I suppose I could cut it short if I needed to. Do. Oh, this might be difficult. Rev 2 with the power board integrated into board A would be great. Yeah. I mean, because there's plenty of space, and this area is sort of near that anyways. Maybe this is an issue with noise or something, but I don't know. Yeah. Now the problem I'm having is these are filled with solder, and I don't have my solder braid. I have my desoldering iron, I suppose, but I'm gonna try this. That's not gonna work. Okay. Thought I could heat the via up and shove my wire through it, but no, didn't work. So we'll just use the old suck. Yep. The old suck. I think I'm going to use the black heat shrink this time, because I wanted to be a little bit more snug around this stuff. And I don't really, well, let me solder the wire on the other end first. The wires on the other end first, and then we can decide what we want to do. Okay. Ugh. Come on, just do the thing. All right, fine. All right, let's get a piece of black. Somewhere I've got black. Heat shrink. Is it my heat shrink box? Where did I put my heat shrink box? Oh, there it is. Half inch would probably work. Or I don't think this is this doesn't look like half inch, but it is a little bigger. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, now I can get at, I don't know if this is the best way to do it. Like, it looks like now the 2 centimeters would have been fine. 2 centimeters shorter. What the heck is happening? Was there just something? Really? Because then this board is going to go like that. So it's not really going to be anywhere near it. It's sticking out here. I do know that, you know, a screw has to go in here, but sucky, yep. I don't know. I guess I'm going to try to trim the wire here as short. So like this is what? The input side? Yeah, so I'm going to do like that. That way I have a little more room. Although perhaps I don't want to be using my hot air gun on the board to melt the heat shrink. So maybe I'm better off doing the heat shrink first. I didn't think of that. Let's just... Okay, so this one seems long enough. So it just needed the extra length on one side. Maybe I'll cut like a couple of millimeters off or something. I don't think it really matters that much. Hopefully not. And then we'll do the heat shrink. And then we'll solder these guys in there. Okay. Nice. Okay, now we'll do this. We'll heat shrink this. Okay. Sucky and blowy. This is blowy. Ah yes, I'm just gonna heat up my LG OLED instead. think that's all we're gonna get. Alrighty. Fine. Okay. So that'll be there. Oh no. Well, I didn't even think about how the hell am I supposed to tell them apart. I think the shorter one that I cut is the positive one. So that's what I'm going to go with. I didn't even think about that. Now that I cut it too short, or no, this is kind of wonky. Okay. Jeepers creepers. Okay. Well, I probably could have cut a little bit of off this negative part of this, but all right. All right, that'll be fine enough for boot up. I hope. Yeah, I mean, it is a little sus. Nah, it'll be fine. Okay. Next, connect FFC cable to board B. So the shorter FFC. I think this is sort of the home stretch here. It's here. Back on the other side. This one. Yeah, I don't like some of these joints, solder joints, so maybe I'll come back off stream and tidy this up. That happens sometimes, man. I know you guys probably see a lot of really awesome looking solder jobs and things, but sometimes those have been, well, I don't know. Sometimes people actually are super good at soldering, but some of it is like they take extra time to go back and make sure that the joints look good. I doubt that every single modder that gets paid money to mod, you know, sends their mods out the door looking immaculate, you know, like, I don't know. That's just something that I feel. I try hard to make, you know, good joints and solder well when I make my videos, but sometimes just, hey, just got to deal with just okay or good enough. Good enough is okay. What is going on with this one? It's been hard to go in here. Come on. Did that go in? Oh, I see. Yeah, the blue is longer on this. Okay, maybe it didn't go in all the way. Okay, it did. Okay, now. Okay, so this is interesting. So it says this came pre-bent. Okay, this longer one came bent already, which is good. Then it says to do something like this, where you like line both of these up. Line both of these up. And then this bottom one gets folded on top so that there are 6 millimeters from the top of the one ribbon to the top of the next ribbon. Does that make sense? So we go on this side of the ruler. So something like that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm not going to go crazy bending this. Why was I not alerted to this important modification that I need to learn about? Now I'm almost done. Well, you can go back and watch the VOD. Sorry, I forgot to put an alert in or an announcement in my Discord. I should do that. Well, sorry about that. All right, so now where we are, I guess it's finishing on the other side. Whoa, wait a minute. What happened here? Okay. Oh, I see. I gotta do it on this side. So there's two. The reason we did that is because there are two cables sort of right in front of each other, which is crazy. All right, so let's do what? Oh, I hope that these are... Okay, so the order of operations matters. Did I do this correctly? Yeah, I guess. I guess this one just goes underneath like this. Start over again. Yeah. Yeah, let me get another hand soldered Genesis HDMI mod from the Ukraine sent to me. Took a month probably in the mail. And this is the difficult one. Okay, well. Maybe I'd have to pre-bend this a little tiny bit. Okay. Well, this part just doesn't want to go in. Maybe that's good enough? No, there's no way that's good enough. How am I supposed to get this one in as deep as that one? Huh. All right, I need a seltzer, a moment to drink. Yeah, this is hand soldered, everything. Technically, these are kind of still prototypes, I suppose. Any thoughts on the retro gaming cable RAD 2X HDMI? Well, I think which one? It depends on what. Well, yeah, I think they will be good. Coming soon for any 4K scalers. I think it'll be a convenient way for people to get input to there. I say that because I really do feel like a lot of people may start just switching to HDMI only for input if they can afford it. Because, oh, I got it in. That was satisfying. Because they can. Like if I could only have a setup with only HDMI cables, I probably would. Because it's way more convenient for me. Okay, so now... This part is infuriating. Up until now, it was fine. This part is just a lot. So wait, that has Stanislaus has blue on it. What? That doesn't make any sense. Hold the phone. Maybe I'm not doing this right. So it needs to be this way. Oh my God, you guys are gonna kill me. Okay, well, head ass basically. I didn't look carefully enough at the instructions. So this is what is tipping me off that I'm doing it wrong. If you guys can see. He's doing it with the top side of the Genesis up, and the blue tabs on the FFCs are up. So I did it upside down. So I have it, the bottom side is up and the blue tabs are not shown. That sucks. Well, hopefully it will be fine to get this top one back in on the other side. This bottom one is no sweat. Okay, flip it over. I was thinking of the Rad 2X for the Mega Drive, but this internal mod is kind of making me reconsider. Yeah, we'll have to see what it looks like. I think, yep, I would definitely wait. So that makes sense. These can kind of be coupled together. So now we flip, and now the blue is here. So now this makes more sense. So now the blue. Oh my God, this is sort of painful. Not gonna lie. Okay, so the oh my gosh. Well, I need to do this. Okay, where's my short cable? This top one here is the short one. Is that true? I didn't know that there was no audio through the HDMI, so I guess we're gonna find out. That's kind of a bummer. Okay, that was easy. Now the real challenge is the second one. Here I have to, I haven't been putting my camera on manual focus. Did that crunching sound good? Was that good? I think that was good. It looks like there's not as much meat in there. Let me double check. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's in there. Yep. All right, fine. We're gonna live with it. Huh. There's an ADC add-on being developed. That's cool. Audio for me would be fine as I can feed stereo into my AVR. Yeah. And I think the, at least with the morph, depending on which morph you get, you can get one that has, I think there's one that has analog inputs also. And I don't know about the RetroTink. Is there a standalone like 3.5 millimeter input or something? I think people are underestimating how much additional gear we're going to need for the 4K. I guess yeah. If you have a stereo or if you have a receiver, then it's fine. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. Oh my God! I'm an idiot. Oh my God! So remember what I was saying? Oh boy. Okay. Where even is that on this board? I messed this whole part up. That's a setback. Okay. Let's talk about what I did. I didn't understand until this very last picture that there's more wires involved than what I have. There's like 4 sets of wires. So the wire that we wired from board B has to get wired to the underside somewhere of board A. Then board A is what gets soldered to that little voltage regulator. So that means my original 6 centimeter wiring for this was correct, was fine. I just needed another 9 centimeter strand to go from, well, this original 9.5 millimeter strand goes to the underside of that board somehow. Let me just double check where that's going to be. So it's sort of near where the flex cables are. This? You guys can't see, sorry. I guess it's this? These 4 things here. Well, okay, fine. Let's do this. Let's take care of this first. And I hope that flex cable is in all the way. Let's unsolder this. This is a mistake, jeepers. No wonder the length of the wires wasn't cooperating. You know what? I'm running out of that freaking red wire. Oh wait, I have my original 6. Okay, this is fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Let's do some more surgery. Oh, brother. All right, so this. Wrong. This. Wrong. Okay. Oh, I got confused because this is board B. This is fine. Big oof. Yeah, pretty much. Jeepers. Well, okay. We were so close. We were very close to having this done. Okay. So now that I don't, so I won't get confused, let me solder this onto, which side goes to board A? Okay. The left 2 go to board A. 3 volts is on the left. Well, my far right, and then the one next to that is ground. Next stream. No, I think I should be able to do this before 11. No, it's fine. I hope. Okay. Now, all right. So this right wire is ground. Okay, so this little piggy is ground. That little piggy is 3 volts. So what did I just say? Ground is in the middle. This is ground, I think. Oh, I think these might be better off soldered through the top. Oh, they're labeled on the top as well. That's neat. I'm going to solder them like this. Okay. And then 3 volts. Okay, I think, let me just double check that. Learning about the FrameMeister setup and considering the build your own upscaler options. Interesting. Oh, you're talking about like the GBSC and stuff? Okay, so right goes, okay, fine, I did that right. Okay, now I've got to do, I think this end is fine. I don't think I have to change this end. But this end I need to resuck. And I'm going to use the 6 millimeters that I used here. I think that should be fine. Because it's just going from here to there. Or here to there. Why make the wires the same color? Well, that's what was in the kit. You're right. You know, not a good idea. I should have just used the wire that I have. Some silicone wire would have been better. But hey, it's fine. This will be your POV. POV, you just got a MegaSwitch HD, and this is what Stanislav sent you in the mail. On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yep, GBSC. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I have a GBSC AIO, the all-in-one one. Okay, now it says. Let's solder another. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to solder these. What does it say? Out minus, out in, out plus. 5 volt in. Ground. Okay, 5 volt in and ground. Okay. So left is 5 volt in. I know you guys can't really see this well, but I'll show it off before I move on. Okay. Now let's solder. I need another one of these. This is the heat shrink of sadness. And I'm still going with the idea that the shorter one is the input of these two wires I already cut. One's a little bit longer than the other one. So that's the positive side. Okay, I hope to baby Jesus that this is the last time I have to do this. Okay. Take this. Oh gosh, knocked over my soldering iron. Gosh, I moved my heat gun in a really bad spot. I know you guys can't see me doing this, but I have a bad usability situation here. It's awkward to use this the way it is now. Okay. I did not realize that. Oh, never mind. On the Model 1 is a separate piece. I was looking for the barrel jack. I'm like, what? Jail bars are prevalent on your Model 2. VCR to HDMI out. USB capture card. Yeah. On the next bomb specialist, cut the red wire. Yeah. Yeah. On the next episode of DBZ, two burly men stare and grunt menacingly at each other. Yes, pretty much. Okay, so let me just, I guess I'll show. This was supposed to go from the other board on the other side to this board first, and then through the voltage regulator. So you can see I soldered the wires here. All the red wires. Now we can kind of do one of these. Oh, on the other side, it's giving me some guff. And then do like this. Okay, yeah, 6 centimeters now makes a lot more sense on the other side. You know what? Before I move on, I think I can put the last 2 screws in just to make that a little bit easier for myself. Because the only thing that's left after this is the clock wire. Now, short wire is the positive. And the long side is the negative. Okay, and this. Oh, this is not a good angle for me. It looks awesome in here, the mod. Okay. All right. Fun. Now let's hope that that doesn't get in the way of the clock wire. Soldering that. Oh, of course, it's on the bottom of that. Lifting for 240p over HDMI, finally. Yes, pretty much. For the jail bars, I found lifting pin 50 was enough to fix the issue, but I dropped lucky with my VA4 Model 1 isn't as bad to begin with. Yeah, that's what's crazy about the Genesis is there's all different models and everyone has its own quirks. Well, I definitely should not have put the screws in because I still need to solder one more thing. And I'm going to do it up from the bottom, I suppose. Yeah, I could still do that. Where did the screw go? What? Did I lose the screw? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, so the last thing. Imagine if all leading electronics manufacturer engineers decided to solely focus on optimizing classic Sega video. Yeah, pretty much. Yep, that's funny. Okay, so the last thing is this. How long does it say this needs to be? 13.5 centimeters. Is this longer than 13.5 centimeters? Okay, I have a tiny bit of mess up room. Actually, this seems to be cut pretty much. It's like 15 centimeters. So, I'm gonna practice with the little end I've got here. I'm gonna practice. So this is shielded. Well, I think Zaxor would tell me that this is not shielded, but. This is a wire. You can kind of not really see well, but there's a wire on the very inside with a little insulator, and then an outside. It's wrapped with like a web of copper that goes through here. So it's essentially two conductors. One of them is the ground shielding, quote unquote shielding, and the other one is the actual wire. So what we need to do is we need to take a little bit of the very outside of this is still, rubber, whatever, the sheath. So take the very outside sheath off. Then on the inside layer, there should be, we can kind of like, do this. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get it all together. Sorry, this is sort of difficult to do, so I'm doing it off camera. I'll show you in a minute. Kit only provided wires that are barely long enough to work. Kind of. Especially this coax wire. It would have been nice if there was more of it, but with the red, this is all the red that was left. But, that's fine. You can use normal cable. But this shield, okay, so here's what I'm doing here. So, the very inside still is another insulator, so I'm going to have to cut that as well. There's another cable inside of that, but the outside shielding, quote unquote, is this, and this will be just a ground. So this is what gets soldered to this board here, both the insulator on the inside and the ground on the outside. And I'll show you in a second what I mean. Focus this lens. Yeah. Yeah, it's it's like I'm trying to focus it, like it won't ever focus on autofocus. You might have a hard time focusing on that. All right, let's I'm going to try to cut the inside in a way. Oh my god. So it's clear sheathing and like a silver wire. So it's very difficult to tell that I even just cut that on the thin side here. So I just cut that. And it's extremely difficult to see that I even did that. So I'm just trying to tighten everything up. And then I'm going to measure. You can't have that one any longer than it has to be anyways. Yeah, no, I know. I'm sure the clock one needs to be very specific lengthwise. So this one needs to be 13.5. So I'm going to measure. I'm going to give it like 13.5 and then like a 13.6 or something. So I'm going to give it a little extra past 0. And then this is the wire that you really can't mess up with. Okay. All right, so now I'm doing the same thing. Wow, because this just goes right over to here somewhere, a clock over here. Oh, I hope that's not a pad ripped off right here. Oh, it's not. It's just... Okay, very shiny. Okay, so before we move on, before this, I'm gonna tin this and that. So quickly tin the middle. And then tin the sheath. Okay, got it. Okay, now I need to cut the other end. How big does this need to be? Okay, so it looks like this one could be a little bit wider because it needs to connect two of the pads here where we just soldered the other clock. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. So maybe like, I don't know, 1.5 centimeters or something. Oh, I think I cut some of this shield. Oh God, no. Hope I didn't cut all of it. I think as long as most of it is still there, it's fine. But I think I might have cut some of it. Whoops. Yeah, that's a big oof. There's probably about half left. Whoops, on this end. Might have to find out where Stanislav got this cable because this is really nice cable. Okay, so let's tin this side too. I hope that's fine. I hope that's fine. Okay. All right, now I need to solder the shorter-ish end on into the... Wow, it's super hard. My gosh. Is this going to fit in this? Oh my God. I think it would be okay, actually, if we like... I'm going to try to put a tip, like a point into the sheath. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, so now ground is on the left. That is super de-duper difficult to put in there. Let's start with the clock. Can we do that? Okay. Okay, that's the clock side. Now I don't know what to do about the ground. I know you guys are having a really hard time seeing what the hell I'm talking about. So the ground side is chunky, and I have half a mind to just try to solder it to it. I think I kind of need to do more. I don't know, man. Okay, this is gonna be sketchy. I'm just gonna solder the shield to the via. I think that's fine. Well, it'll have to be fine for tonight. Okay, now this whole thing goes back flat. And then the clock gets soldered over here. Oops. On the right end. Yeah, so ground is the right, or ground is the bottom closest to me, and top is clock. Hey Grave, how you doing? All right, top is clock, ground is bottom. Got it. Boom, boom. And then maybe we can try to fire it up. Awesome. All right. Interesting. All right. That is this. Let me screw the board down, I guess, right? I think we're finished. I'll kind of do an overview again in a second of everything. I'm doing all right. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? It's a pretty wicked install. I mean, it's like it's got a lot of things happening. The clock replacement and this huge board on the bottom. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. Let's. I'm not gonna put it back in the shell. Actually, I could probably put it back in the bottom shell, but I don't feel like everything needs to go back. At least not for this test. Oh, I do want to mention one thing, because I'll probably end up putting this back together off screen. Stanislav wanted to mention, actually no, there's something else in the instructions about if you're going to reuse the top shield. You probably want to cut the shield so that it doesn't touch the board. So basically cut this part off. And maybe even the beginning of this part, or the edge of this part. You know what I mean? So that way it doesn't make contact with the mod. But I'm not going to do that right now. I probably am definitely going to do that when I put everything back together for realsies. Now I'm just trying to, oh, look at that. I got to like push that in there. Woo. Awesome. Well, I'm sure there's more, there might be more fitment things to consider. Oh gosh, is this supposed to be bent like that? Is this here supposed to be bent like that? Did I put this in wrong? It sort of seems like the board. Is this supposed to be bent? I just straightened it out a little bit. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Shoot. Oh, no, that's not good. Well, I don't think it'll interfere with this first test, but remember when I cut those pins shorter here? I never put Captain tape back on it. That sucks. That means I'm going to take all this, at least on this half of the board. I'm just going to do this half. I'm going to have to desolder everything. Well, oh well. Hopefully that's not a big deal. All right, so this part is there. I'm resisting the urge to just send it to the moon or break my plastic shells. Okay. I mean, it's fitting. Fitting-ish. This lives down there. This lives in here. All right, what do we need? I need an HDMI cord. Full-size HDMI cord, too. Sick. I got my Triad power supply. Somewhere, I'm just untangling the knot in it. So that can go here. Okay, that's this power switch. Yeah, I could try to just shove a piece of Captain tape underneath and not have to take it all apart. Yeah, I could try that. Okay, we got an EverDrive in there. I hope that will work. I don't really know. How am I going to know? Okay, this is plugged into 2. Okay, so this is going to get kind of wonk. Let me switch. You guys are going to go away here. Oops. And I'm going to put it on input 2, which is the input for the Genesis. I think you guys should still be able to hear me. Oh, the thing is upside down. Well, if we get a... well, I'm not going to plug in a controller just yet. I just want to make sure that things are working. All right. Moment of truth. Let's see. Oh, brother. Well. Here. All right, let's try it again. I don't think it's gonna. Well, actually, you know what? Perhaps the EverDrive is a little too spicy. Do I have a good Genesis game? Good. Where are my Genesis games? Do I still have any? I think I have a couple. Oh. Oh my gosh, really? They're underneath this garbage. NBA Jam. No, not NBA Jam. Mortal Kombat? Sure. Actually, I don't know if that game works. Lion King? I think this NBA Jam game works. All right, let's read the comments. We can hear you. Yeah. Is that I don't have that many Genesis games. All right. All right, let's put it back on 2. It's gonna mess up. Oh God, green bits of death. Okay, well, let me take a picture of this with my phone, which is missing in action right about now. Where's it? Oh, it's over here. Okay, well, we finished it, the mod. That is something. I wonder if it has what. I don't even know what to begin to think about what it could be. I don't think these heat sinks. Are you talking about the voltage regulators here? These ones? I don't think it will. I mean, they're hot. Why do you think I should put the heat sink back on? Well, I'm not going to turn it back on now. I'll message Stanislav and ask where to go from here. But it's something. It's optimistic that it is switching on anything or anything is going on. But does that mean the voltage regulator stuff must be right? Which must be, I don't know. It's got the SADs. Yeah, my Genesis has the SADs. Try the board not sitting. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll have to do all these things. I'm gonna sign off in a few minutes. I'll try that one more thing, the taking it out and just putting it on the desk. I put all my conductive materials away. Oh, you guys probably want to. This is why I need a. Oh, I found a project. Oh, this is kind of rubbing. I found a project that is a sort of an open source stream deck, which is what I use to switch scenes in OBS. So it would be interesting to build one so that I can have a second stream deck, because I don't want to pay $200 for another stream deck. That's so stupid. All right, let's try it right on the thing here, I suppose. I'm not going to mess with anything yet. I'm going to leave it all plugged in the way it is. That way, in case Stanislav wants to record anything, like, you know what I mean? Okay. 2. I don't know where the remote is for the my switcher here. I do have a remote for it, but okay. Main screen, turn on. Oh, there's no game in it. Derp. Let's put the EverDrive back in. Why not? Nope. Still green screen of death. Okay, well, I'm not going to fry the voltage regulators here because they are getting a little warm. The stock ones. Well, you know what? I'm a little sad, but I'm not going to say it's my install. Not going to say it's my install yet. It could be. Back of voltage regulators. Put some fresh thermal compound. I could do that when I'll talk with. Because our next stream will be Wednesday. Hopefully this coming Wednesday, I think. It depends on my girlfriend's new work schedule. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'll in the meantime, I'll reach out to Stanislav and debug it and get it working. Then next mod stream, you asked for it. Oh, I have to clean up my desk first. But the next stream is the PS2 gem, I guess. We're going to give that a whirl. And hopefully not fail it for a third time. So, The first one to try it, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it could be they're hand soldered. That could be part of it. Maybe there was something that was not flashed. Maybe there's some firmware or something on one of the chips that's not flashed. So try the analog output. Okay, that's a good idea. Just quickly, I have my still have the only thing that I have is Model 1 is this SCART cable. I probably shouldn't have this drink right next to this. Okay, that. All right, retro tank. Turn on. I've got to go to the retro tank is what? 1. Input 1. And then I got to switch it to SCART. SCART. Oh, let's do one of these. Yes, the upside down SCART. Or upside down retro tank menu. Okay. All right, let's try it. Switch. Go. No, it's borfed, even in analog. That is interesting. So that leads me to believe it's probably something to do. Maybe it's my soldering for the clock wire, or something else. I don't know. Something is rubbing, maybe. Okay. Well. All right. That is going to be it for today. But we'll be back, and I'll let you know. Follow me on Twitter or X, whatever. Follow me on X for updates for this if I figure it out between now and Wednesday or my next stream. So, yeah, it'll be a lot more exciting when I get it actually working. Yeah. Oh well. Well, analog doesn't work, so something is whack. So, all right, I'll reach out to Stanislav. And we'll do retro gem, hopefully.